Ride your way with InDrive.
On the island we're headed to, 24 species are survived there alone.
I've seen too much, I've talked too much, I've had enough, time to shut it up. I'm headed out, I close the shop, hold your stock. This stuff is not pitching up. Whatever I do is just not enough. It's hard to brush things aside. Whatever she does hurts me deeper inside. Once upon a time, I was the prize, but now to my surprise, all she ever wanna do is fight me. For everything I bear for you is torture to try to sort things out with someone who don't want you at all.
Don't see that every day. Or ever.
Let's go.
If we get this DNA, millions of lives are saved.
Maybe we should make this quick, huh?
We started out as friends, now we be lovers. Cookie cut up sweet as ever. Everything we do together feel like it could last forever. I'm talking Wayne, I'm talking Drake, I'm talking Eminem on the same track, that kind of forever. Too bad I could've checked the weather. Storms rolled in, your mom's walked in, straight face. She said, my daughter don't wanna be with you. I won't lie, that hurt me too much to admit it, boo. School of hard knocks couldn't teach me how to be a better lover. Close friend in the beginning, till we lost the plot when we were winning. I guess we forgot the way we used to plot our moves together, and now we lost all forever. I thought you were my crush, but it's more like target practice for the future. I hope I can filter out the mistakes that we made. This is gonna be our last dinner together. You better dress up. I wanna see ya smile through the mascara, cause the tears are gonna be harder to hold back when it's all slaps you in the face, breaking the lace. Love is wicked, not a picket fence. I sense a lot of denial from both of us. Can we let go when the both of us feel the bond stronger than the coconuts? Look at us, we don't deserve each other, we can do better. It's gonna be tough, but this is something we can weather. I'll never stop loving you. That's one thing that is true. But some things just have to be left behind.
Leaving only the worst ones here.
The latest installment of Jurassic World is called Jurassic World Rebirth, and it sees some scientists and archaeologists returning to the Amazon to collect samples. They all want to get rid of dinosaurs. But what happens when these dinosaurs ambush them again and again? Will they survive their hatred, my friends? The scientists always claim to have a good reason for their actions. Well, they just want to get rich, my friends. Dinosaur eggs can have the cure to cancer and other diseases. They do all this to please Caesar, their ruler. It's a Planet of the Apes type situation. There are one or two people with secret missions. They want to destroy the world, but they don't tell everyone. They hire some bounty hunters to take them out to a place where they can discover a new route. What will it take to take us to a new venture of evolution? Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali star in the Academy Award nominated film Jurassic World Rebirth.
Found it? No, it found us.
The plot twist is Scarlett Johansson is the mastermind, the villain who's getting all sorts of men to work for her and search for the dinosaur eggs that can make her rich and famous. Oh my god, this is insane, man. The visual effects are beautiful. Oh yes. Dinosaurs are back for revenge. Jurassic World. We should go to the movies, honey. Yes, but first we need to go for therapy. Come on down to therapy and have a bad time. Use comedy is gonna be amazing.
Hey, Sierra, how you? Wait, no, wait. I just wanna say hi. You look.
Later.
She reposed by me. I wonder why we were chatting and laughing since last week. She reposed by me. I don't wanna cry in the club anymore. Damn. Let's give therapy a chance.
Ta-da! The goat is back.
Oh, thank God.
There he is.
Today, on Entertainment Review, we take a look at some familiar faces that have returned to grace us with some lovely entertainment. Kaylee Rowland and Method Man star in Relationship Goals. How I Met Your Mother star Jason Segel and Indiana Jones The Dial of Destiny star Harrison Ford star in the third season of the critically acclaimed Shrinking. And then we take a look at Best Medicine, one of the new series on the block that's really, really hot.
How did you not ask her out?
Liz, you know I hate being spied on. Hey, she's right though, man. That was painful. What the hell?
I told you she liked him. Hey, got it.
We start our conversation with a show called Shrinking, a show we did review in last season's version of Entertainment Review. We talked about season 2. Shrinking sees the star of How I Met Your Mother, Marshall Erickson, star as a therapist who is shrinking himself. Well, when you go to a therapist, they call it shrinking because there's an old joke about it, about how people going through depression are usually suffering from delusions, believing that they should be much more successful than they are. They have got the Dunning-Kruger effect, which means that they feel they're big-headed and should be at the top when actually their life seems to be shrinking. Well, they go to a therapist who then tells them that get off these delusions from your head. Yes, you might be a chosen one, but you still gotta work. So a shrink helps you shrink your identity a little bit to a normal size, like Ant-Man size. I'm kidding, man, but really, it's about coming to terms with the difficult circumstances of your life. A shrink is there to help you realize that the demons you are fighting are deep inside, but you can defeat them and you can heal. No room for depression. So in Shrinking, we have a therapist who is suffering from depression. His wife left him, then faked a situation where she was involved in an accident. Well, she later then died, and when this happened, he was left heartbroken. Him and his stepdaughter have to carry along. Before he can settle in to a new pattern of dealing with his patients, he went through many mood swings. He followed his father on the road of alcoholism. It is something that still chases him. But after fighting depression and finding his way out of it, he came up with a new revelation. He discovered that maybe therapy doesn't truly help his patients. So to radicalize a way of shrinking those who are suffering from depression, he decided to help them outside of medicine. One of his patients is a temperamental man who suddenly starts fighting with other people, man. Well, he's a former soldier who is suffering from post-traumatic stress syndrome. Well, the truth is, a lot of people try to bully him, and when he reacts, they accuse him of beating them up because he looks like the big angry black man. Well, Jason Segel decides to sympathize with him by giving him his home to live in. His new radical approach to shrinking is unethical, and Harrison Ford, his senior therapy mentor person, tells him he's out of his mind. You cannot shrink people by being involved in their lives. That's not simple. It's going to cost you a lot. The UN is the one that's supposed to do that. The show raises questions about what therapy truly means. Is it just a word of advice, or do we have to sacrifice our time, our energy, spending with people beyond therapy and show that we truly love them? Well, this show tests that and actually helps us reevaluate the identity of therapists. What do they mean to us? We might be in need of it, but is it hands-on enough? In some cases, Jason Segel ends up dating some of his patients. One of them is a black woman who wants him but also wants Harrison Ford. She's conflicted. So what happens is that Harrison Ford gets married and, well, the black girl is not so happy. She starts throwing a tantrum by giving them a hasty wedding and saying, "I'll be your wedding planner." Well, she begins sabotaging them. It's crazy, my friends. One of the key storylines in season 3 sees Harrison Ford suffering from Parkinson's disease. Because he believes he's about to die, he decides to get married. Why? Because he wants to die happy. Also, he wants to leave a legacy for his family. The truth is, he's an old man that has been struggling to keep up with the younger kid. Jason Segel is the chosen one, and a version of Patch Adams, who was portrayed by Robin Williams in the film Patch Adams. He is a version of Patch Adams that uses humor and unconventional means to help people survive and achieve their daydreams. Well, Harrison Ford is trying to escape his age mate and working with somebody who's not even his age mate, so he's constantly taking on several cases, and this is causing him to gain Parkinson's disease. So now he's dying. He gets a visit from one of his dead uncles, dressed as a different person. We have a cameo by Michael J. Fox, a legendary actor who does suffer from Parkinson's disease, who was in Back to the Future. Well, in this film, he is back from the past. Michael J. Fox plays a version of himself from Back to the Future. He is an adult version of the character, telling Harrison Ford to slow down. Don't keep up with that kid. You might die soon. And Harrison Ford like, no man, I just gotta keep going and going. And eventually maybe he will pass on because he's trying too hard to keep up with the younger man who he should be mentoring and not trying to compete with. Shrinking is complex as F. I love it. It also features Damon Wayans Jr., who I believe is the son of Damon Wayans. He even looks like him, like a younger version of him. It's full of comedy, romance, and satisfaction for those who need some entertainment.
Why you always gotta make things so complicated? Cause dealing with you can be so frustrating. Shout out to Kelly, she got me screaming dilemma. Oh yeah, I remember every golden single you made. Relationship goals is amazing. Shout out to Method Man for doing his thing too.
Do-do-do-do-do. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even though we are so through, I still wanna be your boo.
Who's gonna stop me?
The higher-ups want to bring in another candidate.
What? I didn't get the job. Now it's between me and Jared Roy.
We know Kelly Rowland for being a part of Destiny's Child. She's also one of the people involved in the smash hit song Dilemma with Nelly and Kelly Rowland. Her legacy is something amazing. Since 1998, she has graced the stages. Since she became famous with Destiny's Child, she blew our minds off. We went wild. As a kid, I had a huge crush on her, and I wanted to get married to her. And when I saw the video for Dilemma, I was in a dilemma. Like, I'm gonna dump you, Kelly, if you keep talking to Nelly like this. Anyway, I was just a kid. People will never forgive her for typing on a Word document a message saying, I miss you. Well, maybe it's possible. These are rich people. Anyway, so in, 2024-5, Kelly came back with mea culpa. We talked about it. A lawyer defends a man who appears to be guilty of committing murder. Well, it turns out he's innocent, and the family of the lawyer is the one that set up this man. Yo, it was crazy. We loved mea culpa. Tyler Perry's mea culpa. Well, in 2026,
Get to know each other for 90 days.
Cliff Method Man Smith and Kelly Rowland joined us for Relationship Goals. Method Man is the Grammy Award winning sensation, one of the biggest selling artists of all time, one of the founding members of Wu-Tang Clan. And he appears in this film as a version of Robert De Niro. Yes, the black version of Robert De Niro. And Kelly Rowland is a version of Julia Roberts. They both work for a television station. They're producers, they're showrunners. They would love to be like Oprah or, Dave Chappelle show. Method Man is a character. He's amazing at comedy, but he's been placed in a box where he has to help families by producing family-sensitive romantic entertainment. So he's way out of his lane, man, and wishes you could be a comedian. Well, he struggles until he gets his big break. Then he gets offered a big promotion, The Night Show, which blows up, and he becomes like Trevor Noah on The Daily Show. It's beautiful. On the other hand, his ex-girlfriend, Kelly Rowland, is rolling in the deep, struggling to make ends meet in a white man's world. She's at a TV station which is clearly one of the most brilliant, but she's left out of every opportunity because her friends are more light-skinned, my friends. Similar to the film What Men Want, she is obsessed with chasing her goals, but there's a white man somewhere holding all the cards, keeping her from her destiny. Well, her name is Leigh. Similar to the character that Jacob was in love with in the Bible, Leigh is not really the chosen one according to the people's favorite, the people's champs, right? They prefer someone who looks more like Jennifer Lopez, or someone who looks more like Jennifer Aniston to be in front of that news desk. So she keeps on pushing and hustling, befriending everyone at the network, but she still is not able to push up her net worth. She's working more than them, but doesn't get what she deserves, which is the opportunity to be the showrunner, until her ex-boyfriend, Cliff Method Man Smith, comes in. He is the chosen one who is supposed to help her achieve her position, but she absolutely loathes him. She claims he broke her heart and cheated on her. Well, the truth is not what we think from the start. During their relationship, she was very pessimistic about him, and she would treat him very badly, accuse him of being too poor, full of poverty. Can't date me. You ain't man enough for me. You should walk up and leave. And he left and two-stepped into some other woman's bedroom, where a woman really set him up for success. Now he's looking fresh. He's handsome. Yes, every girl wants him at the news desk. And Kelly Rowland starts feeling those emotions. It's just emotions holding me back. And shut up. And it's wild for her, man, because she's falling back in love with her enemy. She really hates him because, certainly, this guy has too much of a big ego. He's not the chosen one. I am the chosen one. So they start fighting for positions, man. They both want to be the lead anchor, man, of a television show that is being left by a white man. He's outgoing. He's going to be the governor or something, the next president. And he's leaving the show to his Indian friend, his Indian girlfriend. Well, Kelly Rowland is like, excuse me, just because my skin is dark, you don't think I can be showrunner? I can run this show as well as the other guy did. Okay. So what happens is the youth pastor Michael Todd, helps Mr. Method Man achieve his dream of being a showrunner. Method Man is the chosen one to become showrunner of the show that Kelly Rowland wants to run. And now it's like a competition. It's a running man competition between Kelly Rowland and Method Man. They both must subscribe to the competition and bring in the scripts on time. If they can achieve this, then certainly one of them shall be chosen as the chosen one, man. Wagwan. It's not easy, man. Because Method Man's way ahead. This whole time, she didn't know that he had the secret sauce. He was the one who was producing a show behind closed doors. And now she knows it's certainly him. And this infuriates her because now it means that in order for her to win, she has to beg her ex-boyfriend whom she really hates. Well, they make up, then break up, they make up again. In the end, Michael Todd, the youth pastor, was famous on YouTube, is the one who offers the breakthrough thanks to a special presentation that he featured on, produced by Method Man and Kelly Rowland. It blew up the ratings. Suddenly their station is on top of the world, almost as famous as CNN. Now you're seeing him and her on TV, and they blowing up. But there's a problem, man. Method Man has a condition. If Kelly Rowland wants to be showrunner, he must become her husband. Well, they have sex. But then, Kelly Rowland is filled with regret. I cannot date you, you're my enemy. No, she walks out on him. So what happens is Method Man decides to walk away from the job and give Kelly Rowland her chance of becoming the showrunner. Congratulations, you won your promotion, but you lost your boyfriend. Oh, overwhelmed with grief and heartache, Kelly Rowland doesn't know what to do. Well, she gotta break her rules, taking an ex back. Oh no, girlfriend, I ain't doing that. Well, she ends up doing that. She takes him back. The two rekindle their romance and then dance. It's a beautiful film for Valentine's. I know Valentine's is coming. Where is your girlfriend? Valentine's is coming. Where is your boyfriend? Shut up.
We're gonna call the police on you, okay? She's out there, she's at work, man. She can't come to me right now.
You know, just kidding. For those lovers of Valentine's is coming, you gotta watch this film. It's really nice. Prime Video's delivered something. It's a bit of a classic. You just gotta watch it.
Today is the day. You could be the first female
Sorry for the
showrunner.
way I've been away from everybody mistakes. I've been away from find clarity. Humanity's never easy. I say sorry for the way I've been away from everybody mistakes. I've been away trying to find clarity. This life is just never easy. I had my relation goals all set up on my vision board, but she got bored and left because she was fed up of having to pick me up. I had no money, but it's coming.
Changed my life. It's about helping people succeed in love by using their faith.
Leah, you're going to produce this with Jared?
What? It's my story. She still wants me.
Do you have feelings for him? Yes. Anger.
I want this job, and I go after what I want. I'm panicking.
You need to find your inner peace. Dating around might be fun.
I'm just so crazy, just thinking about you lately.
Ladies,
I'm going crazy if you ain't gonna be my baby.
My aim is
So Team Denial has entered the group chat. Word.
I'm walking a different path now. Dating with a purpose.
You're still a player.
But I'm getting to know each other for 90 days. No pressure, no sex.
Do you mind if I just...
I'm gonna die alone.
Did I tell you?
Destiny's Child
Is it worse
versus
than me getting
Wu-Tang
ghosted?
Clan. Enter the Wu-Tang
We don't know
Clan.
this man.
Enter
See you on the plane,
the
Queen.
Wu-Tang Clan.
People
He's
change.
not
Figure
just
out
a
who
man.
is worth
He's
investing
in
their
love with
time.
you. Give him a chance. For
We are going clubbing, and we're gonna have some fun.
So you guys ready to bounce?
Yes.
Absolutely. I thought you'd never ask.
What do you say we take the night off from being mortal enemies?
One condition. We go back to hating each other tomorrow.
Text from Candace Dancing Girl. Thinking about you.
It doesn't have to be complicated.
Don't leave her
We
hanging,
can
Big
love
Daddy.
each other. Forget the things that you hated in the past. Don't let this moment leave us. Why you always gotta make things so complicated? Cause dealing with you can be so frustrating. Shout out to Kelly. She got me screaming dilemma. Oh yeah, I remember every golden single you made. Relationship goals is amazing. Shout out to Method Man for doing his thing too.
So, you want to leave a big city to come be
Best
our
Medicine
small-town
is
doctor?
one of the best shows of the moment. It's very infuriating though. A version of Robin Williams, Pat Adams, is featuring, played by an unknown actor who's about to blow up, man. He has an angry look in his face. He's a doctor, and he's just been hired as the town doctor. I need a doctor, bring me back to life. Well, he's involved in love triangles. The whole town hates him. Why? Well, you should see things from their angle. He used to be a nerdy loser back in high school, but then he blew up and became a surgeon, a comedian, a writer, blew up in Hollywood, then came back to his hometown. So everybody's like looking around like, we're not gonna let him take the crown. He's not the chosen one. We got the sheriff. That's the chosen one. We have his niece. That's the chosen one. So everybody is constantly conniving against the doctor. He's on a mission to save the world from Armageddon because this town has been involved in a lot of terrorist activity. The first 5 episodes are excellent. You just gotta watch it, my friends. In episode 1, our doctor is dealing with a case of a man who is in love with his woman, but every time they have sex, it develops symptoms of being a transgender woman. He's growing boobs. I'm growing boobs. What do I do? Well, it turns out he was part of some Planet of the Apes type experiments where his wife, other women, wanted him to pretend to be a woman to be with her. Yeah, apparently some women can't stand being with men even though they love them, so they tell them to put on a mask or undergo a transgender experiment where they become a woman and then they can pretend to be lesbian. I'd rather be a lesbian than date you, but actually I love you. Like you're very handsome. So now our doctor has this situation where he has to cure this problem. There's another man who has a similar problem. I'm also growing boobs. Turns out the two men are both dating the same woman, and they gotta come to terms with the fact that she's a hoe. Oh no, she's a hoe. No, she's a hoe. She's a pastor. She's a oh. Plus, she's also making men become lesbians. No. That's just episode 1, and he has to deal with that. Another thing is this. Fun fact: there is a whistle that's always blown every time he sees blood, right? So our doctor is kind of getting sick every time he sees blood. That's a problem because he has to deal with wounds the entire show. Like, I think I'm going to be sick. I can't deal with this wound. But the truth is, there's a wound that they planted in him. They've done some voodoo tricks, so every time he sees blood dripping from his patients, he wants to vomit, proving that he's not
not a doctor. He's a fraud. He's just a prostitute. What you doing here?
Well, he is a doctor, but he has to keep on with this charade or else they chase him out of town, okay? This man has the hardest job in the world, treating people who really hate him every single day. Guess what? That's what doctors are going through around the world. Every day there's somebody coming in claiming they're sick when actually they're just sick of their husband and they tried to poison themselves. So now the doctor's like, what happened? How did you get this nitroglycerin in your stomach? I don't know, it was an accident. I just swallowed it. I wanted to blow up my stomach. Kidding? Now you are finally fiery with the punchlines. Anyway, so doctors and nurses deal with a lot of stuff. A lot of patients don't believe this guy's a doctor, you know what? So they sometimes pull pranks on doctors and make their life insufferable. That's why your doctor is always upset. It's because he's obsessed with getting back at you. Not really getting back at you, but just getting even sometimes. That's why even the show Becca had a very angry man, Ted Denson, being a doctor because everybody hated him because of, you know, how good he was at being a doctor. Turns out being a doctor is offensive to a lot of people because it means that they failed med school and you made it. How did he make it? He must have been cheating. The same thing happens here to Patch Adams.
I'm gonna need a stop.
His name is Best. That's his last name, so it's called Best Medicine. But he's a version of Patch Adams, a version of Robin Williams. It's hard to explain. At some point, Robin Williams was a doctor. That's why he made that comedy, Patch Adams. He used to use an unconventional language called laughter, using laughter because laughter is the best medicine to help treat his patients. Now, the entire town in this film are jealous of him because he has the secret sauce. He always saves them, regardless of whatever serum Lex Luthor places in the soup that they're eating. There's another episode where they get sick to their stomach. The whole town is dying, and guess who comes to save them? Dr. Best, because he knows best. In episode 5, things get even more interesting. There is a man who is a farmer. He believes himself to be like the live-action version of Super Mario. He's a gardener, and he's really brilliant at gardening. But it turns out that Dr. Best is better than him. So to torture Dr. Best, he decides to teach him a lesson. What does he do? He cuts the power. Guess what? This guy is like Lex Luthor. He controls the power grid everywhere. He cuts the power to the town and claims that unless Dr. Best comes to be his best friend and help him in gardening, he will keep the power off. Well, Dr. Best like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Why? Because this guy is sarcastic. Last time he tried to be his best friend and he got chased with a shotgun. I'm not gonna do it again. Well, Dr. Best has to do what he does best, which is become a therapist, a humanist, and an empathetic human being. It's tough being Dr. Best, but he does what he does best, which is make his patients laugh with all sorts of shenanigans. He wins over the gardener, and finally, electricity is restored. Yay! Everyone in the town, though, is claiming it was them who brought back the electricity and not Dr. Best. This is a slapstick comedy with a bit of drama in it. I love it. You just got to watch it.
I love it here. I love knowing my neighbors.
Come on, admit it. You're starting to like it here. You're starting to be happy.
Release me, please.
Best Medicine, series premiere, Tuesday, January 6th.
Louisa.
Yes?
I'm gonna need a stool sample.
On Fox.
Guess you were right, we did need therapy. Adrenaline keeps the body cool. Adrenaline knows that I am human and I can move beyond what I think. No brakes on me, I'm full of adrenaline. The passion for rapping got me doing things that are extraordinary. No capping, I'm captain to all you people. What you thought we wouldn't do this? My flow stay lethal as the weapons of Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. When I put on the gloves, I'm a heavyweight champion.
my family that loves me on TikTok. Yo, everything we've been through has been amazing. Music is my therapy, my inspiration.